Okay, hello everybody, welcome to a new video. My name is Evie and I read books. And it's Monday morning and I just ate breakfast, and if you saw my last video, you guys saw that I closed off this video looking different than I am starting up this video. It's still somewhat the same time, but my computer that was starting for work decided to update for like a long time and I couldn't start work, so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get myself ready for the day. And sometimes I do put makeup on, sometimes I don't. Today was a day that I wasn't really sure if I wanted to, but I had time, so I thought, you know what, why not? So kind of put together right now. In my ending of my last vlog, I said there was a TBRPGathon from Wandering Worlds, I think it is. Oh gosh, I will leave links down below if in case you're interested. It's a choose your own adventure type of readathon, and I picked the first prompt, and that was reading a book with multiple perspectives, and that means I can just actually use the books I'm currently reading. Because I'm in the midst of 3 books. Still the same books as last week. If you saw my last week's reading vlog where I tried to read 100 pages but I failed miserably. So I just put as a goal in my book leaf to read 7 hours. So I'm gonna try to read an hour a day, I guess. I don't really have plans this week, so that should be possible. But the books I am currently reading and I'm hoping to read for this readathon in general, so I hope my prompts work out with me, is still the Spiegelmoorden by Team Mortis by Bron van den Ende. I mean, not by Team Mortis. It's, I think, the 7th part in the Team Mortis series. It's about an YA thriller about girls and guys, like teenagers, who have secret missions from the government on, but right now they're not really in their team anymore, but they're at least trying to solve cases. This one takes place in Italy again. I think the second book also takes place in Italy, and it's about like girls who are captivated in like a church, and they're doing something like there's this guy who recruits these girls from a young age, raises them in this certain way, and then I do not know what he wants to do with it because most of them end up dead. That's a little bit what I know right now. I mean, I'm almost at the end. Like, I think I need to read 70 or 80 pages. This has multiple perspectives, so I am definitely reading this one for the TBRPGathon. In case I still want to read more, and I have finished that one today, I also have another book with multiple perspectives, and that is In the Dark, Dark Woods by Ruth Ware, who I watched the book I'm reading for the Wandering Worlds, the book I'm reading for the Enchanted Book Club. The pick of February, I'm not 100% sure if I like it. It's a romance pick and it's the Love Deception, but I do not own the book and I can't find it on the library either. And I think I don't really find it cheap on ebook version because I have a Kobo e-reader, and sometimes Kindles are cheaper, but they don't fit on a Kobo, and I just hate it because I tried to figure out how to do that, and I found a lot of people who said, yeah, this works, but it didn't work for me. So I'm not really sure if I want to invest in a Kindle e-reader too, because yes, I do read a lot on my e-reader, but do I read that much? I'm not sure. I still have a lot of backlist books on here. It's so difficult. I'm just gonna see if it's a little bit decent in price as an e-reader, as an ebook, or as a physical book, depending, because if the physical book is way cheaper or like almost the same price as the ebook, I will definitely go for the physical book and not for the ebook. Mostly I just go for ebooks that were like 2 or 3 euros, a max of 5 if it's like for a readathon or anything, and the actual book is like $25 euros. I work with euros, why did I say dollars? Anyway, In the Dark, Dark Woods is also a multi-perspective type of book. I think I need to read like 2 hours in this one, or 3 hours, so I will not finish both of these today, but both of these would fit the prompts, so I will definitely try to finish this one, I think, as I'm the furthest in this one, so I'm going to try to finish this one today for the prompt, and then at midnight there is a new prompt, so I will be sleeping at midnight, so I will see it in the morning tomorrow what my new prompt is going to be. And you can double up on prompts, so I hope it's a prompt that I can use for In the Dark, Dark Woods, so I can also finish that one. But we'll see. Am I going to try to read 7 books in 1 week? No. That absolutely not. I'm just gonna try and enjoy myself with a readathon, and if I could read 7 books in a week, I would be so happy, but I think I never managed to do that. You can double up, triple up, quadruple up on prompts, so I will probably be doing that more. And I also have Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda as an audiobook. I hope there is a prompt coming up one of these days that I could use that one for, because I'm thinking like I need to read like a good hour in it on 2 times speed. And on the train I mostly listen to a 1.5 speed, because otherwise with the back noise of a train and the people around me, my brain gets so much focus points everywhere that I just need a little bit slower. But like when I'm just home cooking or doing anything, I mostly read at 2 times speed. Okay, I'm currently on my lunch break, or I'm actually about to start up, but I decided, I haven't vlogged yet. Yesterday I finished The Spiegelmorde by Björn van den Ende, my physical book I was currently reading, and I did enjoy it. I just think the first books were the best, more because of the fact that it was more focused on the case, like the big cases that they're doing, and then the cases around it. And right now, the last 2 or 3 books were more focused on. So the first couple of books were more focused on a case, and then a bigger case underneath it. And right now, most of them are like focused on like the bigger case underneath it, and they kind of forget like the small cases they're actually doing, and that's something that kind of annoyed me a little bit. More because of the fact that I did really enjoy the parts, well, when they're working as a team and like trying to look for stuff and other things that did not have to do with like the big case that all of the characters are involved with in the end. I mean, that's the only downside. And also because of there's this I think there are 4 actual main characters, but I think they're not considered main characters because only one girl who gets like highlighted in every book, and she's not my favorite character. She's like kidding. I think she's sometimes a little bit annoying even, and too naive, and too like it frustrates me sometimes her. But that's the only downside I have at this moment. I think this was a 7th part or something, so it's still a couple of parts ago. I'm still gonna continue on with it, but I do hope they bring the original cases version back, and that they're not only focusing on like the big case that brings actually everybody together, that it stays like a backside story and not the full main story. Yesterday I remember telling, yeah, in the Dark Woods is also multiple characters. It's not. It's only one main character. I do not know why I was that dumb, but it's apparently. But that's okay, because I can read that book for the second prompt, so I'm gonna try to finish at least multiple of my books. Currently my audiobook and my physical book, or like my ebook, can qualify for the prompt because I have the prompt quiet. Obviously, in the Dark Woods, people are keeping stuff quiet because there's stuff happening, and we don't really know what's happening, or I do not know if I can trust my main character at this moment, because I completely believe what she was telling me, but I don't know. I'm getting a little feeling she might be unreliable. I am not sure, but I'm also suspicious by every side character in that story. But something or someone is keeping something quiet. So that's quiet. And also I'm currently listening to Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, and that's obviously keeping quiet that they're gay. It also would qualify for quiet. It's Friday evening. I was supposed to see my friends today, but my stomach decided to be a little bit messed up today, and I just didn't really feel 100% right. So I decided not to go to my friends, which is, I think, the best decision if you're sick in any way. But I got my first CNF of 2022. Why am I that happy about it? I'm gonna count it as read for the readathon, because I did read like 60% of it. And then I just thought, you know what, I'm not gonna power through. I'm talking, by the way, about Dirty Secrets by Karen Rose. It was like a small book, and I just did not like the characters. I just didn't like romance in it. Because it's like a romantic suspense book, so it's like supposed to be like a thriller with like a heavy romantic aspect in it, but I just did not like it. It was like we used to know each other and now we're sleeping with each other again. Or again, finally sleeping with each other was a little bit too too quick and too mushy-wishy. I did not know what that was, but I just did not like it. And what I sometimes do if I'm not sure if I want to continue on reading or DNFing is I just go to the next chapter, skip one chapter to see if I start the next chapter, if I have the urge to like go back and read what I missed or not. And I did not. I just actually had something I could just skip 2 chapters, but then the book was over. I could not push through. But like I said, I'm gonna count it as read for the readathon because I count my DNF books as read. I just don't rate them because you do spend time on those books to get them like going. So right now, the book I'm gonna start already. There's by the way also another readathon like on the Belgium and the Dutch bookstagram going on from like this weekend, so Saturday and Sunday. It's like just low-key readathon with some reading sprints. I'm definitely participating in that one, and I'm just gonna see if my TBRPGathon works with it. But the book I am going to start is Sadie by Courtney Summers. I was planning on starting this one for another prompt, but I didn't because I decided to pick the ebook that I decided to hate. So this is for Stronger, and I do not know like if there's anything strong in this book. I just know that a lot of people are having strong opinions about it, that it's a great book and that you have to read it. And that's like how far I stretch the Stronger prompt because I just really, really, really want to read it. And I found a way to read it. Because I was planning on first reading this for the left side of the world, but I just didn't start it then. So I put 30 secrets for the left side of the world and lower than 300 pages because this was over 300 pages. And so right now I am actually starting this one. Like I might just read a couple of chapters, watch Big Brother, and maybe read after Big Brother. I'm not really sure what my plans are right now because I had plans and now I don't have plans, and I don't know if I'm like awake enough because I'm a little tired because I slept bad. Okay, it's Saturday. I'm currently reading sprinting. Like I just walked in later on the sprints. I'm currently reading Sadie. I am really enjoying it. I think I read like 80 pages today already. I'm at page 120. I am really enjoying it. It reads quite quickly. Well, it feels like it reads quite quickly. I'm really invested in the story. The prompt that came on was Control for me, the next one. And for that one, I'm going to pick Silent Scream, the ebook that actually the only ebook I still have left on my TBR list that I made that I just wanted to pick out of. Like I made a little TBR list so I don't have like a ton of books to choose, like just random looking at my closet, but that I have a smaller list to choose from. And actually Silent Scream by Karen Rose is the only one on that list that I haven't started. All the rest I have started or anything, and it's also one of my These Books Will Destroy in a Year books, so I'm not really sure if I'm gonna read. Well, I'm gonna continue on with Sadie because I am so enjoying Sadie, but in case I would finish Sadie, probably not today. I have no idea how quickly this is gonna go, but it's already like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm pretty sure I won't finish it today, but I will probably get quite far in it, and then I can just read Silent Scream if I feel like reading an ebook. Okay, it's Sunday evening right now, and I I actually finished Sadie before dinner. Right now it's almost 7 o'clock. There is like an hour-long reading sprint going on with the Instagram marathon I'm doing. Okay, so this is the third time I'm trying to film this clip. The first time I forgot to press record. The second time my battery died, and right now it's the third time. 3 times the charm, obviously. Let's just say that. What I was actually planning on saying, it's right now Sunday evening, and I just finished Sadie right before dinner. I just let it like sink in because it's a quite hefty and story, and a lot of things that happened I did not expect it. There were a lot of drama elements happening and a lot of really serious people involved, or serious people. I mean, there were some trigger warnings obviously that I did not read because I'm not really triggered with anything, so I don't really read trigger warnings or into trigger warnings because I never really had anything with a book that I was like, okay, no, this is too much for me, or I do not want to read something about that. But there are some trigger warnings in that book that probably if you search the trigger warnings you would have been spoiled with what was going on. Really like the mixed media part. I gave this 4.5 stars because it's like one of my favorites already from this year. I, by the way, decided when I gave Clap When You Land a 4.5 stars that from 4.5 to 5 stars are my favorites of the year, because otherwise we'll never really have that many favorites. And because 4.5 and 5 is sometimes just like writing or something else that bothered me. Right here, I think it's the open ending that bothered me a little bit more, because it's closed off, but actually it's not, because you still don't really know stuff about Sadie that you wish to find out. Really like the way it, well, I didn't like the way it ended, but I also was a little bit frustrated with that. Some parts were also, like, the characters are really well written because you have multiple perspectives. Obviously, I almost gave it everywhere because I always use like escapes methods. Last year I used compile, this year I'm using escapes, and I actually gave it an 8 for enjoyment because I did enjoy it. I read it like quite quickly in like 2 or 3 days, so that's enjoyment. The starting was a 9. Mostly my starting number is like I gave after like a couple of chapters, like at the time already. Then the characters I also gave a 9 because you really get to know Sadie, her sister, but also the other side characters you really get to know, and you really start understanding their life and how what is normal for them is absolutely not normal for a lot of people, I hope, because there are really heavy topics discussed. The atmosphere I gave an 8. That's actually one of the things that I was like, there wasn't really like, you know, obviously you don't have really world building or something because it's a realistic world, but it was a great atmosphere, but it wasn't like speaking to me as much as like an isolated setting does. Some isolated settings, I just like the settings and stuff like that. I realize that's when but I didn't hate it. Like, I was completely okay with the atmosphere. Then the plot I gave a 9 because I did not expect a lot of plot stuff, but I loved it. The ending I also gave a 9 because yes, it was an open ending, but I did not hate it. So that's good. And then style I also gave a 9. I mean, I really like the mixed media part. I just think sometimes, like, I think I never really give writing style a 10. Only with Clap When You Land I did. So a 9 is really great, and I came out on a 4.36, which I obviously round up to 4.5, which is one of my favorites. The other book I'm currently reading is Silent Scream by Karen Rose. I started that one yesterday. I read like 1 chapter or so. 4%. In a moment there is a reading sprint going on with like my bookish readathon that I'm doing, also like an Instagram readathon I'm doing, and I think TBRPGathon sprints are also this evening, so I might just fill up a bottle of tea and just read. I'm not really sure if I'm liking this one because I literally DNF'd a Karen Rose book, a Karen Rose book, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna like it as much, but I'm gonna give it a try. I mean, I did really enjoy the story, but it's also categorized as romantic suspense, and I'm not really sure if I'm liking it that much, but we'll see. I'll keep you guys probably updated in my next reading vlog, because I'm thinking I'm gonna close out this reading vlog. Maybe you'll see a clip of me later on. If not, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Leave down in the comments below how many books you have read, or how much, or what book you have read, or have you participated in TBRPGathon. Leave it down in the comments below. If you want to see more of me, hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!